What's poppin', people? This brush annoys you while I'm talking. Forgive me. I'm fidgety, and I was brushing my hair so I could look nice and sexy for y'all. But you guys didn't click this video to see my beautiful face. I'm just joking. You click this video to figure out the National Guard. Why join? What's the pros and cons? I'm basically gonna talk about two types of people who join the National Guard. The person that joins strictly for the benefits, aka free college, which is the big incentive that recruiters preach, and the other person that wants to make a career out of this and wants to do something with their life and make themselves a better person. I'm gonna tell you why both of those people are wrong, and there's better options for you to do, especially if you're young and dumb, like how I was, and I still am dumb. Now I'm just a little old. But with that being said, let's talk about the person who joins for free college. Now, many people who join, and depending on how your recruiter comes to you and how you are, they'll be like, oh, you join, you get free college, you might get deployed. You just go to basic training, you learn your job, whatever job you pick, you go to that training. And then you do a week and a month. That is the long story short and of the National Guard in a nutshell. And a lot of people join because free college, you can't beat that benefit. They'll sign 6-year contracts or 3-year contracts. A lot of recruiters will push you to do the 6-year just because they have you longer. Like, I don't know what they get out of, I don't know if they get more points depending on who they get to join the longest, but obviously they need the numbers. It's all about the numbers at the end of the day. So a lot of people go for the 6-year just because the 6 years comes with the free down payment on a house, which is awesome. That's an awesome benefit. But if you're joining, especially if you're 18, fresh out of high school, I'm 23 right now, but if you're 18 and you're joining for the free college, I suggest going active duty first, just for the simple fact that you can save all that money, because right off the bat, if you join active duty, and you can live pretty comfortably. Obviously, you're gonna be in the fucking military, and it's kind of shitty. You're gonna be in the Army. Number one, I'm in the Army, National Guard. My recommendation is to fucking join the Air Force if you want to if you want to live better. But that's a different topic. But if you join strictly, I'm getting off topic. If you join strictly for the college benefit, I suggest going active duty. Just for the simple fact that if you join a unit especially if you join a unit that deploys a lot, it's gonna, I lost a whole year of school for deployments, and doing annual training when you lose time during the summer if you want to finish school, if that's your number one goal to join, I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it at all, just because you're going to be dealing with so much, because it's part-time military, but a large portion of your life is dedicated to the National Guard. Once you sign that piece of paper, there's nothing else you can do. So that's kind of my 2 cents is if you really want to join just for the free college, just go active duty. Save all that money. By the time you get out, you'll be 23. If you like the military, you could stay, obviously. If you don't, you can get out, put a down payment on a house, or you can even save all that money, move in with your parents, go back to school. There's many options that you could do, but obviously it depends on the individual and what you have. And then let's talk about the person who has no other choice in life. They want to do something with their life. They're broke as hell. I was kind of a little bit of both. I was in the same boat. I wanted the free school, but also I was broke as shit. So I was going to talk about my personal life, but at the time when I joined, my car got stolen, and then I didn't have money to pay for school. And the only recruiter, period, the only military recruiter that talked to me was a fucking National Guard recruiter. And I didn't know anything about Marines. I didn't know anything about the Navy. I didn't know anything about I didn't know what the fucking Air Force existed. It's just things that I was never familiar with. So, and I called him up, and then he gave me the whole shtick, the whole shabam, and I joined. When I joined, I didn't really care about deploying. He kept it real. My recruiter, I liked him because he was like, hey, look, if you join, there is a chance that you get deployed. There's a chance that you can see quote unquote combat. They're not going to send, and this is me, this obviously could change, but they're not going to send National Guard soldiers on the front line. They'll send you out to places, but it's not really a primary it's a lot of things to it. But long story short, you will deploy, and if you expect not to deploy, that's just stupid. And then being broke, like I was 18 at the time when I joined. Actually, I was 18, fresh out of high school. I didn't have money to buy another car. I didn't have transportation to go to school, transportation to go to work. And I was like, well, I'm broke. I'm gonna join the military. And then I got out of basic training, got out of AIT. I put a down payment on a car. I had more money. I got a better job too, which also helped me. It kind of helped me in my civilian life, kind of establish myself. But I could have done that if I just simply went active duty and just saved the headache of being part-time military, having to call off from work because I got to go play week in a month warrior, or I get pulled for like some type of annual training, or it's a lot of things that you get pulled for, and it's not really worth it. And then another thing that I want to touch on is retirement. The retirement is garbage. Unless you have prior service active duty, it's pointless trying to make the National Guard a career out of it, simply because we just don't get paid enough. We really don't. The money comes in when you really deploy. When you deploy, you're getting your active duty, and you're getting active duty money, which is full-time pay, versus you take the word part-time and you cut that 4 times, and that one of those 4 pieces is the money that you're making, if that makes sense. But free college, right? That's all, free college is the whole thing that everyone joins. So you really got to analyze your options. You really got to weigh out what you want in life. And I'm not saying the National Guard is bad, because I've had some good experiences with it, but I've also had some terrible experiences with it. So I'm getting out, long story short. So put that into perspective. If I was to do it all over again, not only would I have gone active duty to get the same exact benefits, to make more money, to make a career out of it, but not a full solid career, 20-year, but just like a temporary, like get my money up, establish myself, and then move on to the next thing in life. That's what I would have done. And I would have joined the Air Force over the Army, period. That's my best advice that I could give to anybody thinking about joining the National Guard. And then for my people who want to make a career out of it, let's say you still want to join, your best option is finding a job that deploys a lot. I can't really talk about which jobs deploy a lot, because I don't know if that's like a safety issue. So you'd have to obviously talk to your recruiter and tell them, hey, don't bullshit me. Give me a job that deploys a lot. Show me the money. And there are units that deploy like almost every 2 years, that's where the money's at. And if you are in a position when you have a good civilian government job, when you deploy, you can double dip. You can still get paid from that civilian job while you're deployed for active duty. So you're getting active duty money, and you're getting money from your government job, your civilian job. I've done that before. Soldiers done that before, because some jobs make it so their policy is every active duty day you have in the military is considered a work day for them. So if you're in a situation like that, yes, it's worth it. But if you make more money in your civilian life, then it's not really worth it. But I know people who, got their I got a degree out of it. There's doctors that freaking go to school and they get deployed, and they have to cut their orders short simply because the Army cannot match the money that they make in the civilian world. So they just get out. Like they'll either be there for a certain amount of time and their orders get cut, or they just don't get deployed at all. Like, it's a lot of stipulations and shit. But if you're 18, or if you're young, and especially you don't know what the hell you want to study or what you want to be in life, just go active duty. But play it smart and save every dollar you make. Every dollar you make, save everything. You could walk out in 3 years. You could walk out easily with 40 stacks. Even honestly, if you play it right, you could get out like with a lot of money in your pocket. But it also depends how fast you get promoted and all that stuff. And another reason why I don't recommend trying to make a career out of the National Guard is because getting your rank up in the Guard is all about slots. It's all about slots. It has nothing to do with your work ethic, who you are as a person. A lot of it comes from if you're friends with the people who are above you. Unfortunately, this is how it works. If you have that social, like me, I'm a social butterfly. but I'm not the type of person to use my relationships to benefit me. I think that's stupid. I think it's immoral. That's why, like, for the other person that doesn't give a shit about, oh, I'm gonna be buddy buddies with these people so they can hook me up with these classes so I can get my rank up and get points up. That's not the type of person I am. But that's the game that you have to play. Versus active duty, where it's based on points, which is it's also based on points in the guard, but there's no promotion board. It's literally who has the most points and if there's slots available. But they will pick a person who has less points over the person who has more points based on how they feel about each individual soldier, which comes with a lot of bias. It comes with personal relationships with that person. I like this person more than I like that person, even though this person is even though this person has more points. I like this guy because that's the power that NCOs have in the National Guard. And that's why I just personally, I'm like, this shit is stupid. It's just dumb. Versus being a person that, like, if you're you basically get points on your actions, how it should be, but it's not. It's ultimately, it comes down to your individual relationship with your bosses, which is kind of stupid. So trying to make a career out of it, it's not impossible, but it's honestly, it's really not worth it. Because if you sign a 6-year contract and you're only at E4 or E5, you have people who try making careers out of this and they're E5s for 3 contracts. And it's not really an accomplishment becoming an E6 or even an E7 after like 4 contracts. You know what I mean? Versus active duty, you could get your E5, your first contract. You could get your E6, your next contract. For my people who don't know what the hell I'm talking about rank. You could get your sergeant rank, and it's all about getting your rank up, so you get more money in your pocket. And it's very difficult in the Guard. And it's not even competition because everybody's lazy and fat. You could be an average Joe and just be good at PT, and you get promotions quick. But if you have a bad attitude, or if you just don't have that buddy relationship with your bosses, they will do whatever they can in their power for you to not get rank. And that's the life of anybody, period. If you got to play that game, you got to be good with your mouth. And that's up for whatever you guys want to say. And I'm not talking about that, but you got to be good at talking and being nice to people and being buddy. And I'm not that type of person. But it is what it is. Take what you want to do with this information and apply it to your life. I hope I answered a couple of questions. And then let me know what you guys want me to talk about. I have videos where I talk about, I got my gaming videos and I have my random vlogs, so please show support to that. This channel kind of blew up when I talked about the military, so obviously I'm gonna go back to it because not only am I in the military, but I just understand how shit works. You feel me? And I know a lot of active duty people. I know plenty of people are gonna comment on this video and be like, this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. I'm not gonna brag about the things I've done to get some type of credit from you guys because I know what I'm talking about. But do your own research at the end of the day. Do what you gotta do. Talk to people. Don't just take my entire experience, because obviously it's different for everybody, but I recommend you do. So I hope you guys like this video. I'm out. Peace.